Hello, everyone. Nice to be here at iGaming Next. Finally, my first time speaking in Malta, and I'm super excited to be here. Probably you'll see it along the speech when the excitement will be a bit overwhelming. But I appreciate everyone that stayed to the last speech of the day. You are literally going the extra mile, and I appreciate the attention that you are giving me. Mid-game action is what I'm here to talk to you about. But what is mid-game action? Mid-game action is sort of the phase that I believe that we are at, the live, not live casino, not live dealers, not live gaming, the live industry. And throughout the next 15 minutes or so, I will try to explain what do I think will be the next phase, what will be the right actions from game creators, providers in general, and operators to take advantage of what live has to offer for you. But before I dive into that, while we are here finally enjoying some conventions and meeting each other, you know, live is first and foremost about the people that operate it. Without them, we are pretty big furniture companies. And because of that, I want first of all to recognize all the operation teams around the world, whether they work at Playtech, at Evolution, or at any other the providers that all of you know. Let's give them a big round of applause for the dealers that are working with masks, that are taking tests in order to come to work. They haven't been working from home in the last 2 years. So I would appreciate, and I know a lot of them are watching right now, so I would appreciate to show them that the industry appreciates them and that the industry recognizes the effort that they are giving. So please join me to a round of applause to our dealers, shufflers, pit bosses, and everyone that operates live casino around the world. Thank you again. And you know, these guys have been working in live for a few years now. In the beginning, they were operating sort of a shady looking live casino product, right? A bit weird accents. And then it's moved on. We started doing variants of the core games. We started doing dedicated studios. We started doing game shows. And here we are now. What's next? More games? Bigger dedicated studios? What should we do next to support not only the live tab that we have on the site? What we should do next to support our own strategies. And again, whether you are a game creator, a provider of any sort, or an operator. And let me start with an example. Earlier during the day, I heard a very interesting speech about how slots will adopt a live host. So will it be weird in a few years to play slots on your own at home? Without a chat? Without a live host? Maybe even earlier than a few years. Live is giving us the community experience, and we all already know that, right? We all here have been witnessing live growing, booming. But what is the essence of it? Why is it so successful? The games look good, the technology, the video runs smooth. All of that is the basics. What's next? I believe that live is the best positioned vertical to allow the next level entertainment strategy. Because just like our players are coming to our games to have fun, yeah, to gamble, but I look at it differently. They pay us for value. They pay us to have fun, maybe to win back, to spend time. And like several colleagues of mine from the industry of live said, you know, we are competing with time spent providers, like other video platforms and so on. But what are we able to give them back? We're able to give them back, as I said, fun, entertainment, Like you guys here now. Why you guys waited and are not going to get the free beer that, waiting for you on the roof? Because maybe this will give you better value, right? So this value is all around us. This is now here, a live event. I'm being streamed all over the world now through a certain platform, and people at home are getting value. They spend time in front of the screen listening. You guys are sitting here listening. Sort of the land-based experience almost. And I think that, like here now, I am a live presenter. And exactly like me, there are presenters now in Riga or in other places around the world, not touching even the equipment. They are just there to entertain, to give you value, to speak to you, to show you stuff, to explain. And we all want to have a good time. And those people that are operating, that we just applauded to, have been maturing. As I said, core games, then variants, then game shows. Suddenly we have people next to these wheels, sort of, straight out of acting school, right? And these people are ready for the next step. And while these people, the operational teams, the game creators, are ready, I believe that the players are ready as well. Eventually, the players are the ones to dictate if we succeed or not, to dictate if the product is good or not. And they have been having fun at the game shows, right? That's not a secret. I'm not telling anything new. But what's next? How should we treat it now? How should we continue giving value to those players, not only on the live casino tab, but using the live product? A few examples, maybe. First of all, if I'm a provider, is it all going live? Do we anticipate getting live poker soon? Live slots exist already? Live bingo? What next? The customer support? That was in the past, right? Is it coming back? Earlier we heard that there is some kind of a trend like that, right? Things coming back. And that human touch, that human interaction, that not alone anymore, and again, touching COVID, I think, affected a lot by this pandemic that changed the world. People are eager to not be alone. And that's why live has been booming in the last few years, and it's becoming more and more popular. And we cannot ignore it. First of all, we have a responsibility. Second of all, we are all businesses that want to succeed, and we see this flow of people. What do we do with them? Now, not all of them want to play. Some of them just want to have a good time, right? To watch. We used to kick them out. Now we embrace them. But by embracing them, we sort of, again, having an opportunity also to engage them. What do we do to engage? What is our mid-game strategy to get a watcher to play in the middle of the game while he's watching? In live, we do simple stuff. We can put another option to jump into the game in the middle, a side bet maybe, or any other element. But what do we do, let's say, in sports? You just place the bet. What next? Watch the game? If you don't have the streaming rights, you will go watch it on TV or on some competitor. What are you giving him to keep him on your website, besides going to the live tab and spending his money on casino games? Can live basically give you a service for sports? We all know ESPN Sports Center. Is that the next phase of sport bookmakers? I think it is. I think that live is the tool that all of us will be using more and more and more in other verticals. And while the live casino games will remain in their respectful tab, the rest might have other live variants accompanying them. And as I said, this one is a great example. This show is a great example of a live event. And another live event that I personally like very much, NBA games, basketball games. What do they do to keep the players engaged? They have this kiss camera, right? Shooting two people in the crowd live. They have music. They have a lot of things that they do. During halftime, there is no action, right? Hot dog stand, toilets, maybe buying a beer. Still, they do some action. What do? They give you the opportunity to shoot from half court, right? I put a basket over there. Let's say one of you will pick up the ball now and will try to shoot it. Will it be an exciting moment here? Whether he misses, whether not, it's embarrassing, right? Who wants to do that? But it will create an event of interest. It will create engagement of all of you. All of you will be watching that shot. All of you will be putting down the phones and concentrated because we gave you the value in that moment where you had nothing. Anybody wants to try? We're all afraid. But afraid of what? You want to try? Go ahead. The prize is a beer on the free beers upstairs. Go ahead, let's see. Wait, before you go, what's your name? Where from? Go ahead. It's nerve-wracking, I know. I know. That was pretty impressive. And all of you clapped, I didn't even ask. We all got engaged by this simple children basketball on the side. Thank you for that, by the way. And I think that just like this simple element made a moment here, made us all unite, made us look. That was a great shot, by the way. I don't know if you're in the Malta basketball team. A talent is born. I really believe that live has the ability to give you those moments. But let's dive one level below. Let's say operators. You're saying to yourself, we understood about the sports thing, sports center, that's all good. But what do you want from me? What else can I do? Well, Sponsor Center is one example. What about a host on your slot lobby? What about live customer support? What about the other verticals? Live eventually is the best tool to represent your brand. And you are all here talking about differentiation. We are all here talking about differentiation. Operator A, operator B, we are different. Look at us. Let's bring players. And we are using live already to differentiate, right? The dedicated studios. But that's the middle now. Obviously, we have a lot of operators coming to us, hey, we want a dedicated game show. That will differentiate us. No, it won't. No, it won't. A game has a lifespan. A game can be a flop. I see providers, new providers coming up, going, you know what? We'll skip the core games. We'll go directly to the game show. We'll do a game show. We'll put everything we got on it, and we'll take the live market. We'll take a bite out of it. Maybe. But it's one game. It's two games. Where is the strategy? Where is that on-demand, allowing differentiation to these operators that we spoke about, from the providers, and all the way to the players that are there to get it? The great game shows are live already. Yes, there will be more, a different bonus game, that bonus game. But players will start looking for the next experience, for the entertainment. I'm coming back from the US just 2 days ago. And while I visited a lot, in the past, I never came there, in the form of actually establishing a business. And I started noticing things about the culture. And obviously, they are focused about entertainment wherever they go. In planes, in cars, in taxis. You sit in the back of a taxi, you have a screen. Everywhere. They don't want a dull moment. And those players are coming. Whoever has a US strategy or doesn't have, he will have it. Whoever doesn't have a US strategy will have, of course. Whether you have it or not, those players are coming. And while now we are actually the mature side of things, we are the advanced part of the industry, we are going to the US to sort of establish the online gaming there, sort of, yeah? The demand of the players and the taste of the players and what's around us will bring a change here as well. And that change, I believe, again, from spending a lot of time now over there, is going to be the focus on entertainment. Fun. Those elements must be represented not only in the games, but in everything that we offer on our platform and our sites, on our games, and on our services. I believe that we are seeing this trend already for a couple of years, yeah? But this will get very much emphasized going forward. The services of live is something that, we're giving for quite some time, right? So we have those dealers, shufflers, dedicated teams, people that are working for a specific brand. They know the brand. But every time that I have a new dedicated area, I feel that I really need to encourage the operators, come work with the dealers. Work with those people that represent your brand. They are the face of the company. Not my company, the operator company. Take advantage of that. They are eager. And I'm calling all of you to pick up that opportunity and work with your live providers, regardless if it's me, regardless if it's my competitors. That is the opportunity that you, the operators, have to encourage us to develop our services, to develop that on-demand live. And that, I think, is the next step of the action. I think that we will see much more engagement of the brands in live. I think that we will see much more of the representation, this differentiation between brands. And God bless, I'm happy to say that some operators are already thinking about that. But I think that we, the providers, have that obligation to put it forward. Eventually, live, we are always saying, is like a TV, right? We have a lot of channels, different languages, different themes. But do we think like that on the actual TV channel, let's say, side, which is the operator? Do we enable and equip our clients with the right tools to be that center of entertainment? And I think this is coming in the next 5 years, big time. I think that we are seeing already now the players are looking for it. And definitely, to my taste, that's the fun thing to do. It's going to allow us to develop the business big time and allow the players to extend the time that they spend on our products. I thought a lot about, the mid-game phase. And is there really a middle now? Is it really only the middle, or are we at the end? Are we only in the beginning? And while I do think that we went a long way, I'm a true believer in that mid-game action as a strategy. For you, for us, the providers, you, the operators, of course, I'm sorry if there are providers in the audience, to embrace live as part of the strategy. Not to think of that as another tab. To go away from the conceptions that we have today about what live can produce to us. And to go into that next level entertainment, into that next phase of allowing our players to have fun. And by the way, also our employees, game creators, and eventually, if all of these having fun, the operator is having fun as well, as you can imagine. Signaling me that my time is almost up. I want to thank you all for the attention here. I really appreciate the opportunity to come and speak here exactly in the middle, funnily enough, exactly in the middle of this show. And my topic is mid-show and mid-game action, so I appreciate the time. I appreciate the attention. I appreciate that talented shot over there. And enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you very much for having me, everyone.